Hey everyone, I am T-Rex and today I'm doing my review for Kong Skull Island. This is my second review in my reviews of the monsterverse movies leading up to Godzilla vs. Kong. I recently did my review for Godzilla 2014. If you want to see that review, click up here. And remember, my Godzilla King of the Monsters review is coming out this Friday. Sorry that this video is late. I got really sick this Saturday, so this video got delayed. I'm good, but that's why this is out later, just so you guys know. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's look at my review of Kong Skull Island. First off, Kong Skull Island is the kind of prequel to 2014 Godzilla, as this film takes place in 1974 during the tail end of the Vietnam War. This film instantly feels way different from Godzilla in direction and tone and just how it looks. It has a completely different look than Godzilla, and I like that they decided to go just for a completely different vibe for this film, and it really makes it feel very different and unique when compared to Godzilla. Now, this story is about John Goodman's character going to this island with Corey Hawkins so that they can go to Skull Island, do some research, as they believe there are some truly incredible things that are happening there on Skull Island. Now, during this review, do not expect me to remember any of the names of the characters in this film. Now, anyway, back to the narrative. It is basically the bare minimum of what it needs to do to get us to the island. The army guys just want to be here a little longer. The scientists want to go for research purposes. And what I'm saying is that the plot is pretty much paper thin. Everyone has an excuse to just get to the island. It's just trying to get these characters from point A to point B. They're just trying to get them out of Vietnam and onto Skull Island. Once it does, though, it is just one fun ride. Instantly, the movie takes a sharp turn as it goes from an easy expedition for more of a fight for survival. I love how they're able to show that this island obviously belongs to these humongous titans, and these humans are just small inconveniences for Kong and the other monsters. The pacing takes a bit to get to the island, but once we get there, it does not let up for the rest of the film. This film for me was never really boring, as there's always something happening. That really helps the pacing just keep going at a good rate. This movie moves along very quickly, and that makes it a very entertaining watch. I didn't expect a masterpiece when it came to this plot. I think it did a good job of getting us to Skull Island and then just having a blast from there on out. And when it comes to scenes in this movie, there are just some scenes that are just amazing. The first that comes to mind is the shot of the helicopters flying towards Kong for the first time. Instantly, you get a fantastic action scene that is truly amazing. You just see how big Kong is. Also, the scene with the Marines on the ground and Samuel L. Jackson trying to fight Kong was just absolutely awesome towards the later part of the film. I think the later part of the film also is great, and the last huge fight between Kong and the monster in broad daylight was so good. We get to see all of the action clear as day in all of its glory, and I'm so glad we got to see that. I mean, did you see the film? Kong uses a boat propeller as a whip. What more did you want? Kong also uses a helicopter as like a baseball bat against another helicopter. If I don't see this level of awesomeness from Godzilla vs. Kong, it is a wasted opportunity. I just think they did a fantastic job when it came to Kong and his action scenes. There's also skull crawlers in this, which are really cool and creepy. They do a good job with making some pretty tense scenes. I think they did a good job with the action scenes overall. Now, when we're in those scenes, when it comes to characters, you just really don't care about them. So let's talk about the characters. This film heavily suffers from JWS, and in case you're wondering what I call it Jurassic World Syndrome. Now, in case you're wondering, what is Jurassic World Syndrome? Well, for me, it's when they give you a character that you just don't care about, and then just give them a brutal death, and then we just go, oh, okay, I don't remember who they were. For Jurassic World, it's the babysitter when she got brutalized by those pterodactyls. In this film, another random guy gets picked up by these weird pterodactyl things, and we see his arm gets ripped off, and we're like, whoa, that was insane. Who was that character? And this leads to a pretty big problem of the film where I just don't really know the characters, or I just don't really care about them. We'd care more about these deaths if we knew who half of these characters are. This movie has so many characters that they really get lost in the shuffle. There's a lot of crazy, brutal deaths in here, and then I'd honestly just care more if I knew who these characters were. I was towards the very end of the film where I realized Captain Holt's husband from Brooklyn Nine-Nine was in the film. I completely forgot he was in there. We have too many characters in this film, and then they just don't get the characterization that they need for me to care when they die. The main characters, I can't remember why they're here on the island. I think Tom Hiddleston is here for money and to track things. Then he just turns into the leading man until we need a tracker, and then all of a sudden, magically, oh, I forgot you were a tracker that we told you about 2 hours ago. Don't know why Brie Larson is here either. Apparently she cares about putting her life on the line for just some photos of big monkey. Samuel L. Jackson is also in the film, and he's just mad because he is, and I'm not going to say no to Samuel L. Jackson being mad. These characters are just paper thin, and they just have no motivation. They are just as poorly written as the characters in Godzilla 2014 were. The thing is, these actors are just more likable. Characters are pretty basic, but luckily the actors who are with them are just able to make them more interesting. They are basic, but unlike Godzilla, they never felt like this was the huge issue that I had with the movie. I just wish these characters were more fleshed out when they get brutally killed by Kong or some other monster. For me, they got the most important character right, which is Kong. He is fierce, tense, but also he's able to change emotion, and he actually has emotions we can see in his face with that incredible CGI. I think they nailed Kong. I love how he looks, and luckily for Kong Skull Island, they nailed Kong as he is awesome. One of the best parts of the film. He uses a freaking propeller as a whip. So yeah, what can I say? Kong is awesome. When it comes to the direction of this film, I thought it was really good as well. Jordan Vogt-Roberts, I hope I said that right, the director of the film, did a great job of picking a style and really sticking with it. I think he did a great job with the awesome monster action, as he is really great at being able to film that. It's easy to see what's going on, and it's just so much fun. I also love the way he took the direction when it came to the style of how Vietnam feels. It's way different than any of the other films in this series. I love films that have a style and are going to stick with it throughout the entire film, and I love that this film is so focused and know what it is and sticks with it the entire time. This film is by no way a masterpiece, but it did the bare minimum to get these basic characters of Skull Island, and then crazy crap goes down, and that is really fun to watch. There with likable actors who are able to elevate scenes, you have awesome monster fights, and you have awesome fights of monsters attacking each other. You're never bored throughout this film. It had my attention the entire time, and that is why I'm going to say that Kong Skull Island is good. Now I'm going to do a new section after this where I give you 2 movies that you could watch if you want to see something kind of like the film I just reviewed. So if you want another film like Kong Skull Island that is set on an island that's got awesome monsters but really great characters and scenes as well, I'm going to go with Jurassic Park. It's older, but it's one of my favorite films of all time. If you like the dynamics between Kong and Brie Larson and that kind of relationship between humanity and primates, and you want a more fleshed out type of story, I'm going to go with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's the second film in the Apes trilogy, but I think you can hop right in and really get a good story. I also did a review of it. If you want to check mine out, I'll leave it up there. Anyways, I really liked what the director did with this film, and I'm really excited to see that he is helming the new Metal Gear Solid movie, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future. Anyways, remember to share this video with a friend who loves watching big gorillas wreak havoc. Remember, my Godzilla King of the Monsters review comes out this Friday, and when that comes out, I'll see you then. Bye.